Tes, tes. Oke, thank you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, I will be presented to working group based flood early warning system hybrid short course. In my case, unit River Basin Organization Kalimantan Satu. My name is Mahendra Tama Arisandi. Yes, this group members Angelina, Muhammad Rizky, Hendrianto, Anne, Iwan, Deka, Rangga, Loangga, Novaldi, Boy, and okay, next, Mbak Ratih ya. This three recent food disaster in West Sumatra, South Sumatra, and West Kalimantan, and this October 60, 20 and 24. National rat cut vote, but no impact to human life. But in to look at West Sumatra and South Sumatra, uh, in South Sumatra one left loss, and West Sumatra 67 left loss. FEWS flood early warning system in West Sumatra, North, South Sumatra, North, West Kalimantan available. Next, this few technologies and example in PCT and next VMKG, PUPR, and this my organization in River Basin Organization Kalimantan Satu. Next. Yes, the prototype in my organization, this unit center in Water Resource Knowledge Management Center, this simple flood early warning system because still in the water level observation stage, which is used for an early warning. This FEWS system already has platform, but not ready launched to public access. And this process coming soon to share a public. Next. And this example Aquarius PCT, then Jakarta Views and PMKG. Okay, next. This work system prototype in flood early warning system in my river basin organization. Telemetry in send remote terminal units, and next SMS gateway, server data, receive, and web service, process in cloud, and next web service, and receive in server in unit center BWS River Basin Organization Kalimantan Satu. And then component in flood early warning system my organization, fitur with platform, and then CCTV, water level status notification, and then GISMAP, mapping telemetri, kemudian area map area, administration area, and then real time telemetry and fire spot, forest fire, list of facility and infrastructure and availability of heavy equipment, and fitur component form A and form B reporting to next untuk sebelumnya untuk prosesnya monitoring and then analysis, notification, decision making, warning, and then action mitigation. Next. River Basin Organization Kalimantan Satu, improvement to connecting AWR with CCTV, real time monitoring, kemudian next PEM teleportation, public disaster reporting system, automatic notification, connecting location heavy equipment, improving nearby heavy equipment logistic, siren installment, and then Indonesian map, integrated meteorology data from BMKG, list of facility and infrastructure and availability heavy equipment, radar climate system climate modification, form A, form B reporting, and media release, dissemination, and after action reviews. Next. Views goal conclusion goal provide warning 3D in advance based on rainfall prediction and river level change. Tools hydrology model rainfall prediction algorithm and a community alert system via SMS or WA group. Then developing flood early warning system with all parameter of smart water management system, such as a flood drought monitoring system, water quality, water allocation, common center, then autonomous water resource infrastructure operation, full automatic and telemetry recorder system, one portal for all, forecasting 99% accuracy rate with high reliability and Indonesian modeling. Next. Thank you. Uh, this is my presentation sama kelompok. Terima kasih. Maybe any question?
We can start. As yeah, maybe we can. From the participants joining online. We can maybe, at least from my side, I want to know a little bit more about maybe can you move to the FEWS goal slide? Quite good that you mentioned that the goal is to provide warnings 3 days in advance based on rainfall prediction and river level changes. Part and in the part of the smart water management system, I also see at the very bottom that that you also mentioned Indonesian modeling. But in the tools, I haven't seen any like Indonesian model, like hydraulic model. I understand correctly, you only say that there is only hydrological model, rainfall prediction, and then directly the tools to disseminate the reporting. I think that's something need to be can produce the Indonesian model. Form A and Form B? Because it's also something new. Can you maybe explain a little bit? Form A and Form B, and what is that for?
Filenya, file contoh profile. Bisa ditampilkan? Yes, this example from Form B. This about historical chronologies disaster food disaster, time and location, coordinate, and then impact, and then action from river basin organization, and then Form B similar, but in this some Form B uh, about impact and situation and then map location disaster flood documentation.
So does it mean that your team would like to have this kind of report as the final product of
And this that you can see in from A and from B. Not for reformation organization to report to the Directorate General, isn't it?
because I can imagine that like the picture from camera might not be directly generated by that early warning system. But yeah, some I think can still be generated automatically. Make a report and maybe can improve also the information from the model, not from, yeah, of course, observation is good, like where are, of course, from model, you can also visualize it, make it into a report. So that's so
Very happy that your groups has do the good one, I think, and first time deliver. So this is your challenge. First, I want to know this one especially concerning uh, rainfall prediction algorithm. Are there any members of group who will tell us how it is works? How this rainfall prediction algorithm it is works? Yes. Not only you, maybe your members can explain more detail. Okay. The first one, this one. And the second, don't be loud.
Boleh pakai bahasa Indonesia aja nggak Pak?
Boleh. Boleh. Oke. Oke.
Kayak udah lama,
Eh,
udah belibet ngomong bahasa Inggris.
Oke.
Jadi kalau misalkan yang dikembangkan sama Kalimantan itu kan baru sebatas real time ya Pak ya. Apa namanya telemetri, kemudian sudah ada siaga 1, siaga 2, siaga 3, siaga 4. Jadi itu prepare-nya untuk memperingati atau mitigasinya itu kurang. Nah, kita tuh berpikir kemarin kan ada paparan yang apa namanya dari Pak Christian ya. Kalau misalkan di Prancis Seine River ya itu sekitar 3 hari. Jadi harapannya itu kita ngambil data Pak, data hujan dari radar gitu ya menggunakan itu. Kemudian jadi udah dari awannya dulu kita prediksi gitu kan. Kemudian kira-kira jatuhnya itu berapa. Jadi rainfall prediction dan kemudian dikalibrasi dengan ground station. Harapannya dari situ kita punya prediksi 3 hari ke depan untuk prediksi hujannya itu berapa yang jatuh dan apa namanya sampai jadi TMA itu seperti apa gitu Pak. Karena kadang-kadang apa namanya seperti yang tadi Pak Iwan bilang ya Pak ya. Maksudnya kalau misalkan di Padang juga kan itu lebih ke cepat ya Pak ya. Jadi prediksinya itu prediksi yang masih menjadi awan, kira-kira hujannya itu berapa. Bukan hanya prediksi yang hujan kemudian jadi debit. Jadi kita prediksinya itu dari masih di atas awannya itu Pak, seperti itu.
uh,
Memungkinkan nggak sih Pak? Sudah ada belum sih metode itu? Kayaknya udah dikembangkan kan ya Pak?
okay, that is why I asked to you, because maybe some part of your idea, it is not the task or duty of PUPR, but
Betul.
related to the BMKG, I think, for hydro or climatology. So that is why I asked this one. In original my question, would you like to describe how to do RFA, and are any correlation with BMKG activities?
Iya,
Ya.
kayaknya tuh kita tuh pengen juga Pak minta mirroring datanya Pak. Jadi selain data maksudnya kan data profit radar itu kan ada banyak ya Pak, ada TRMM dan lain-lain. Nah, BMKG gue juga melakukan itu prediksi curah hujan. Tapi harapan kita tuh bisa mirroring datanya BMKG itu ke FEWS kita atau enggak sebenarnya FEWS-nya itu bukan kayak FEWS balai khusus. Jadi misalkan lebih ke FEWS kota mana kan karena kan kalau misalnya kita di Satgas banjir itu kan ada BPPD dan lain-lain. Jadi sebenarnya memang nanti ke depannya tuh harapannya bukan FEWS milik Kalimantan Satu bukan, tapi lebih ke kota mana karena nanti sekaligus nanti kita koordinasi dengan yang lainnya. Jadi rencananya tuh tadi mirroring gitunya Pak, mirroring data selain dari BMKG, kita juga mirroring data dari instansi lain juga Pak ke FEWS yang kita bangun seperti itu. Mungkin Pak Iwan mau menambahkan.
Thank you. Why this the prediction? We need this data based on our experience. We had several floods in the volcanic area, like it happened about in this year in Bukit Tinggi and Agam. We don't have a kind of tools to monitor the debris or maybe the rainfall gauge, automatic rainfall gauge. We are have a very limited data. One is possible is came from the BMKG. They always inform us about the possible warning area. We always communicate with them. And based from our practice, West Sumatra is dominated by the steep slope. And when the rainfall comes, it becomes a fast flood. We have a limited golden time, like the from the yeah to evacuate the people or they move their valuable goods. We have a very limited time. Then we should think the start to warning the people. Maybe it's not only came from the automatic water level, but also from the condition of the clouds by the radar. That's maybe will help to maximize the golden period. Thank you.
Advantage you mean, yeah? So we can take time and advantage action to do.
Jadi sebenarnya ide jangka panjangnya itu kalau misalkan di Jawa itu kan sekarang kita menggunakan modifikasi cuaca itu untuk kekeringan aja Pak, untuk mengisi waduk-waduk kita yang kosong. Tapi mungkin harapannya nanti modifikasi cuacanya itu bisa dilakukan untuk tanda kutip ngegiring awan pergi. Jadi untuk mitigasi banjir juga Pak, udah modifikasi cuaca, idenya gitu sih Pak, jangka panjangnya begitu. Terima kasih Pak.
Okay, what time for each group? We are worried if we takes time too long. Yeah, I think it's a very good ambition, yeah, and very good target to do like that one. Yeah, but you have also know what are our duty and what are the another institution. The next PUPR still working together and to make joint cooperation with BMKG, and the later may inshallah BMKG will share us the composite data, the composite rainfall data. The composite data, the composite rainfall data consists of the rainfall come from field, from the station rainfall station, come from radar and come from satellite, and also the prediction. So I think that information will help you to take expand to do more ambition ambition target to do the best for the mitigation and flood early warning, and also maybe can be used for the another activities, yeah, like drought early warning and how to allocate it water or how to fulfill the needs. This one, Chris.
Izin Pak sedikit menambahi terkait yang forecasting ya Pak. Jadi memang prototipe yang dikembangkan izin pakai bahasa Indonesia ya Pak. Yang sedang dikembangkan. Coba yang di slide tadi boleh Pak. Di slide ini. Jadi kita memang mengembangkan ini tuh dari tahun 2023 November Pak. Ya hampir setahunan lah Pak kita mengembangkan. Awalnya kan ada pembangunan WRKMC Pak. Setelah itu di dalamnya kita bangunkan unit center. Ini jujur saya adopsi ini dari Pemali Juwana Pak awalnya. Dari Semarang itu kan juga udah mengembangkan. Kemudian prototipe ini sebenarnya masih sifatnya monitoring Pak. Belum bisa sampai ke forecasting atau memprediksi yang genangannya di mana sih. Nanti memang arahnya ke sana. Jadi kemarin saya udah sempat juga membicarakan sama BMKG Pak terkait sharing data mirroring itu yang terkait penggunaan, kita pengennya ada penggunaan data curah hujan prediksi mereka yang satelitnya, jadi nanti bisa memprediksi data inputan curah hujan itu untuk data inputan kita memprediksi genangan yang akan terjadi di mana sih misalkan terjadi hujan. Nah, nanti genangan yang akan terjadi di mana, kemudian bisa memprediksi juga nanti sebaran alat, sebaran bahan banjiran kita yang terdekat dari situ pendistribusiannya gimana. Nanti ke arah itu. Kemudian untuk sejauh ini dengan BMKG mereka masih ini Pak mengkaji yang kemarin udah saya sampaikan terkait ini, terkait sharing data prediksinya. Kemudian untuk yang lain kita sedang kembangkan juga itu terkait kedepannya pompa juga sih Pak, mungkin itu Pak. Pompa untuk yang terjadi di genangan, setelah terjadi genangan, pompa-pompa itu kita kerahkan untuk mempercepat genangan yang terjadi itu. Terima kasih Pak.
already have at least a plan, like kind of things to be improved. Especially, yeah, we should work together. I mean, hydrologists and meteorologists should work together. Like if there is any possibilities to share data, casting or forecasting. Ready to enhance your system. That's I think my main input to share that we should collaborate together in order to make it work. Thank you very much, group West Group.
Invite Timor Leste working group. President.
Izin Pak Irfan, Pak Christian.
Teman, tunggu dulu sebentar. Pak Oki ingin ini berkomentar di Zoom.
Ya, apakah saya boleh berkomentar terhadap PowerPoint yang barusan, Pak Irfan, Pak Christian?
Silakan.
Ya, baik. Mohon maaf ini saya terlambat. Saya izin close kamera ya. Soalnya di sini sinyalnya jelek banget. Nah, jadi terkait informasi yang disampaikan barusan ada beberapa pertanyaan ya yang mungkin perlu nanti dijelaskan atau selewat saja lah ya. Jadi di Kalimantan satu ya, Kalimantan satu atau di Pontianak sana itu dengan luas das yang sangat besar gitu ya. Di sana itu yang saya ingin tahu di sana sudah ada model tadi saya lihat Indonesian flood-nya ya pakai model, kemudian seperti apa model yang dibangun karena di sana seharusnya tidak hanya satu hari yang hujan yang dianalisanya, seharusnya lebih dari 2 sampai 3 hari ya analisa hujannya karena time travel yang begitu panjang dari hulu sampai ke hilir itu satu ya. Kemudian tadi pemodelannya masih SMS gateway. Mungkin tadi kan disampaikan juga ya, ada Telegram atau ada WhatsApp gitu ya. Jadi sistemnya mungkin lebih canggih lagi gitu ya. Bagaimana kecepatan dari penyampaian informasi tersebut. Saya juga nggak tahu apakah sebelumnya itu pernah nggak penerapan FEWS-nya, karena FEWS ini tinggi muka air ya, baru water level yang dibangunnya. Apakah sudah terkalibrasi nggak dengan yang terjadi banjir di lapangan dengan pembacaan FEWS yang kita punya gitu ya. Itu kemudian saya di sini kebetulan lagi di Banjarmasin juga. Saya juga kemarin masuk ke control room di sini dan saya coba mengevaluasi beberapa pos juga air telemetri yang ada. Saya ingin tahu apakah di rekan-rekan di sana, apakah real time-nya itu ada kontrol terhadap datanya ya, atau kendali mutu datanya terhadap data-data real time. Apakah dari bentuknya, apakah dari hasilnya gitu ya. Karena saya melihat apapun merek vendor telemetri yang ada di sana, ternyata dari beberapa control room yang saya kunjungi itu masih memiliki kekurangan-kekurangan dari hasil telemetrinya gitu ya. Nah itu yang saya ingin tahu. Kemudian tadi karena ini masih berupa water level di mana di balai Dan kami sebagai pembina di sini sudah memberikan ADCP ya. Apakah ADCP itu sudah termanfaatkan untuk wilayah Kalimantan gitu ya? Itu
Ya,
begitu
sudah Pak.
saja.
Kemarin kita
Ya.
udah ada alatnya Pak, kemarin Pak.
Mhm. Apakah sudah terbentuk? Ada sudah berapa kali dan apakah sudah terbentuk rating curve-nya? Ya, itu saja mungkin komentar dari saya. Terima kasih. Mohon konfirmasinya saja.
Langsung aja. Baik Pak, izin Pak. Yang pertama tadi terkait ini ya Pak. Luas dasnya memang luas Pak. Karena Sungai Kapuas kan memang sungai terpanjang di Indonesia Pak. Panjangnya itu 1143 km. Jadi misalkan hujannya di Kabupaten X, sampainya di hilirnya itu memang kadang nggak bisa sehari dua hari Pak. Kadang tuh memang butuh travel time atau waktu jalan airnya itu bisa sampai 5 hari, 6 hari baru yang di hilir tuh baru banjir. Nah itu kalau yang di early warning system kita itu baru bisa mendeteksinya itu Pak telemetri PDH, PDA kita yang memang mengirimkan notifikasi ke website yang kita bangun ini Pak. Jadi di situ memang kalau terkait kalibrasi tadi Pak, belum semua kita kalibrasi Pak. Jadi memang masih perlu PR juga ke kita Pak. Dan secara rasionalisasi alat telemetri PDH, PDA itu memang masih terbatas juga karena luas dasnya yang sangat luas. Memang kita masih perlu penambahan-penambahan lagi. Kemudian untuk kemarin yang alat ADCP ya Pak, kemarin memang kita udah gunakan di beberapa segmen sungai yang udah kita coba lakukan eh, survei. Tapi kemarin kebetulan bukan di bidang saya Pak, itu di PSDA. Cuma saya dapat cerita dari teman-teman PSDA itu udah dilaksanakan juga Pak, alatnya ADCP udah dimanfaatkan. Nah, nanti mungkin output dari alat itu juga mau kita kombinkan ke eh, ini website kita ini Pak. Website kita ini memang rencananya ke depan mau kita publikasikan secara luas jadi masyarakat juga bisa mengakses atau instansi lain bisa mengakses. Tapi sementara masih kita password sama username masih kita pegang jadi belum kita publikasikan.
Ya, jadi maksud saya begini, dengan kondisi dari time travel hulu sampai hilir, seharusnya rekan-rekan untuk FEWS itu menganalisa data terlebih dahulu seberapa seberapa besar nilai hujan atau nilai banjir yang maaf, nilai hujan yang menyebabkan banjir di Kalimantan gitu ya, di beberapa pos dari hulu sampai dengan hilir itu berapa nilainya. Kumpulkan bagaimana bentuknya, berapa kira-kira distribusi hujan jam-jaman yang
Ya.
bisa menyebabkan banjir di daerah tersebut gitu. Nah, saya inginnya seperti itu sih. Karena karakteristik tadi Anda menyebutkan di Padang, menyebutkan di Kalimantan itu sangat jauh berbeda antara flash flood dengan banjir genangan lah ya. Itu sangat berbeda karakternya. Dampaknya juga agak berbeda. Jadi dengan karakteristik yang cepat maka kita durasi pendek yang kita mainkan. Tetapi kalau dengan Kalimantan yang seperti ini, maka durasinya cukup panjang, bisa sampai lebih dari 3 hari. Itu saja sih yang saya tekankan nanti karena model FEWS-nya saya nggak tahu ya nanti seperti apa yang akan dibangun. Tetapi kalau model RR gitu ya yang ada, maka di sini harus dibangun dengan agak kompleks gitu ya. Itu saja mungkin penekanan dari saya. Terima kasih, Pak.
Baik Pak, terima kasih Pak.
Mohon izin Pak Irfan, Pak Christian, Pak Oki untuk presentasi kelompok selanjutnya.
Silakan Ibu. Terima
Ya.
kasih.
Baik, terima kasih Pak.
Okay. Thank you. First of all, good afternoon, everyone. So, okay. Good afternoon. Thank you, everyone. First of all, I want to say today, thanks to God for His blessing. So He gave us opportunity to meet this afternoon, so we can share and we talk regarding our course, fluid early warning system. Before I start, I just want to introduce first our team. So actually, we are represent from Timor-Leste. We are under Ministry of Planning and Investment Strategy. So we are also under National Development Agency. Our work is actually for verification and inspection, especially in buildings and bridges, roads, and so those things that are related with the construction. And we are not even meteorologists or geologists. So actually, we will present maybe some information, but in terms of it's quite general because we have no details data. So actually, if this kind of information, we need to go to our meteorologists in Timor-Leste to take this kind of all of the information. So we are four. So I'm Isidro Gonçalves. My three friends are back there. So the one is name is Silvio, the other one Romulo, and the lady, her name is Augusta. So we are all is in under Ministry of Planning and Investment and Strategic. Actually, we work close to the BMKG in Timor-Leste. It is regarding the construction. So we'll go to them to ask maybe some of the kind of the data like rainfall or some related with the water for construction like dam or some water check dam and then retaining wall and the others. I think you can go skip. Okay, this is the contents that maybe we'll go to present in this afternoon. Maybe recent disasters and what the effect of the FEWS and the instruments in Timor-Leste of FEWS, and then also the benefits. Okay, this is the overall the map of Timor-Leste. Actually, we are located in the Southeast Asia. So the area is like not that huge. It's a small island. So we are located between East Indonesia and also between the Nusa Tenggara Timur. And so far, we get the collection data from Indonesian standard also related to Timor-Leste if we want to go for like do some new design or in buildings or the others. I think this is the general information, at least about the Timor-Leste. Our population is only 1.4 million. So actually the Dili in capital city, we occupy a lot. It's like 94,000, the highest percentage of the population itself. Okay, the recent disaster actually, it happens in 2021, exactly at 4 April, where it called it Tropical Cyclone Serosa. So it is like occur during midnight, and it is affected like 31,000 households across of Timor-Leste get affected. Affected by flooding, landslide, and this is because the heavy rainfall. So we also difficult to evacuate for people that are living near to the prone areas. Actually, this is the maps for capital city of Dili. So in the red line, it shows that in the city we have like 5 rivers that cross to the in the middle of the city to the ocean. So when the rainfall comes, heavy rainfalls come, automatically the water will come up to the land and they will place the community that living on the land. Actually, this is what happens in April 2021. So the government consider that this area is considered as the prone areas, but because of the condition and the necessity of the population, they just go and build the house. Even we consider this is the prone areas, the government already told that you don't have to build the house near to the rivers, and then they don't care about that, and then this is what happened. So the buildings, houses is got collapsed because due to the rainfalls, heavy rainfall. Okay, this is the other also. Because due to the heavy rainfall, the waves of the coastal also increase. The waves, the height of the waves, it's like 2 to 3 meters. So it's broke all of the roads along the ocean. Actually, this is the data that we got. Like, this is general information we got from our BMKG in Timor-Leste. It's back to April 2024. Actually, this is kind of general information. Maybe I don't know. The quantity of the water it's around 5 to 10 millimeters in every 3 hours when the rainfall comes. Does FEWS important for Timor-Leste? Yes, we say FEWS is important. So we consider Timor-Leste as a vulnerable area because our land is covered with the mountains. So whenever the heavy rainfall comes, then the floods will come. It's only occur during rainy season. For dry season, the river there is no water in the river, so at all. So yes, FEWS is crucial to reducing the impact of flood, which are common due to the country's topography, weather patterns, and then frequent tropical storms. The challenges that if we are going to implement the FEWS, what are the challenges? So this is the challenges: limited infrastructure, data gaps, and public awareness. Because these three we consider maybe the main when we want to implement the FEWS in flood. So these are the items that we need to consider before we're going to implement the FEWS. And the key feature also for flood early warning system in Timor-Leste. I think this is the kind of data that we need to collect, maybe like monitoring and data collection, because there is not only one institution that get the data, but there are also some agencies from international agencies like ADB, World Bank, JICA. They also do the same data collection. So we need to combine between those organizations with the government so that we can only have one output data before we implement to the FEWS system. And also the meteorological forecasting, community-based early warning system. All of the activities belong to the one institution itself. In the government is only one, but there are also some organization, NGO, that working to get close to the government. So they also do the same thing. So we have they have already collected the data, and then they can combine with the BMKG in Timor-Leste before we implement the FEWS. So this is the ongoing improvement. So like what I said yesterday. So we are trying to capacity building. So this is the one kind of thing that we are doing now. So the government sent us to come here, even we are not a specialist in meteorologists and geologists, but we at least we come and we learn something, and when we go back to the home country, then we can maybe share, and then we can see together, and maybe we try to do something to solve the problems. And second, technological upgrade. Yes, also we consider this is very, very poor in Timor-Leste, because we are considered our government is underdeveloping. So we are still young. We just 20 years independent. So we try. We are still trying to build something that maybe in the future will be useful. Yes, international collaboration. Right now we have work with the other institutions from other country, like World Bank, United Nations, and neighboring countries like Indonesia and the others, to strengthen it is like what things that we need to solve. So we invite these all institutions to come, and we do like discussion and then the collection data in the site. Yes, the benefit on FEWS training. Yes, this very, very useful information for these 2 days, especially for Deltras. We have learned from a lot, because Deltras is specialized in the water. So what kind of things that regarding water, I think Deltras have a good experience in collection data, and it also has the the programming that we will use it to track the like the natural disaster like flood or rainfall or everything. So these are, we consider is very, very useful in this training. So we hope that from here we can, when we back home, then we'll try to sit together and we discuss with the other institution. Thank you. Obrigado.
Yeah, so go to the slide number recent disaster in Timor-Leste. I see the slide recent disaster in Timor-Leste. Next. Next. Yes, this one. In your experience, like Cyclone Seroja in April, it is very difficult, yeah, because April is the last month of the rainy season in your country. But it is happened cyclone. So did you know the intensity of the rainfall and rainfall that occurs, and not only the winds, but also the intensity of the rainfall compared to the next slide. Next slide. Continue. Yeah, this one. Is this the intensity, rainfall intensity? Yes. Now, you can see the value is about more than 1,000. And on the right one, the symbols from the green to the magenta, like this one. So you can explain this picture to us. Why Timor-Leste is very, very high, not and there is flood. But in Australia, I think not so different the value of the rainfall, but there is not so much damage like that one. Okay, first my questions like this one.
Excuse me, sir. I didn't get what you mean, but maybe I will try to explain. But okay, this information we got in like previous months. Is on April 6 April 2024. So in 2021 we didn't have any kind of data. So actually in this year the rainfall intensity is okay, not that much, which means that this information is it is not there because it's not affected anything in Timor-Leste. So this data is not maybe in 2021 maybe the hard one data maybe will get, but actually we try to get it, but it's hard to get to get to the data.
The value of intensity is not the common value. Like if we say region period, how much region period? 100, 1000, or even more than 1100,
I don't
1000 years?
I don't have any idea about this
Oh.
kind of things, but sorry.
Okay, okay. The next question in the slide, ongoing improvement. Yes, this one. This one, there are three parts of the component. Can you put it as a hierarchy of this component? Where is the first and the queen, the sequence? Yeah. What the sequence? Yeah. For this one, and with correlated to this component, do you have any planning for the development of flood early warning in Timor-Leste?
Yes, sir. From these three, the first one, we consider the capacity building is the first one. The first one, because now we are building the human resources. So because we are lack of the human, still less, not means the lack, but we still less experience in this kind of program. So now we are working with like Indonesia and Japan to send the people to go and study in a special case, in this special case. And in this week, they are starting to develop this kind of system. And then second one, whatever, even you have a good human resources, but the information and then the infrastructure and then the upgrade of the system is old, then it is like useless. So the second one we consider as the technological is upgrade is the second one. And the international collaboration. So the collaboration between the others, like what I say yesterday, maybe we'll approach to the DETRAS or PMKG Indonesia to maybe even we have a good investment in technology, but we could not manage this or we could not use that things, then it is useless also. So maybe this collaboration will be considered the third of the sequence.
And in the world, also in Timor-Leste, of course, everything's changed. Concerning of the hydrology and flood early warning, did you have any change? What are the best effect, the best impact in the flood or in the disaster flood like that one? Land use, land subsidence, land use change, urbanization, or because the natural of Timor-Leste is that steep and high slope like that one?
Actually, the event that happened in 2021, it was happened 40 years ago. Same thing, even in capital city, still like 300 or 70,000 people living there. Compared to this time, it is like 335,000 population living there. Yes, this is the one that one reason that why the floods is go up to the land, because people try to build the house near to the prone areas, which is that government consider that we should not build that. We build that your buildings there. We should not live in there because it will affect it. Even the rainfall is not that much, but it will affect it a lot to your life. So right now we are also working to build like urbanization. So we make affordable housing. So we'll build the house and we'll rent to the people that living close near to the river. So this is maybe another option that we are working now with World Bank and ADB. So yeah.
Thank you very much for the presentation. It's really nice to see that you learned something and your team learned something from here. Especially, I want to give some comments on this because I think you know quite well that, yeah, indeed, I also agree with the hierarchy or the prioritization, that the first thing that we need to focus on is the capacity. Without the capacity, we cannot install the device, rain gauges, water level. So yeah, we really should invest on that. Um, but also from experience, like in Indonesia, not only building capacity, but maintaining the capacity in the organization is also important, because sometimes the staff is promoted or moved to another location. So documentation is also something that also need to be done continuously. I agree with capacity building, then technological upgrades. Try to look from other references using free global data set, probably when we don't have any rain gauge or a limited water level gauges. Of course, collaboration is very important internally in government, like with the BMKG of Timor-Leste, like the Meteorological Agency. So with maybe consultant, yeah, maybe they build the model, you can get the model and try to ask them to build a use Saturday warning system from their model. So maybe I only have two questions. Like from your presentation, it seems like there are several drivers, like the main drivers of flooding in your country. Can you maybe explain what kind of floods do you think is happening in your country? And second one, what is your team have in mind about disseminating the warning to the community? In what kind of manner? Is it through social media? Is it through website? Is it through a mobile app? Already maybe have some idea about it, and can you let us know?
Okay, actually, the type of the flood itself is like when the rainy season comes, then people become afraid. So they will ask themselves, we are still living safe or not? It is because like the sedimentation also is very high. So the water flow will not flow it properly. So mostly when the sedimentation on the people living close to the areas very close, and then it will affect it that the water will come up and then flush all away all the things that are on the land. And then the second one that what manner that we are think to do now is we are excavate all the, it's our group, we are in infrastructure, so we are construction, so we are doing involve some contractors to clean the sedimentation and to alert the people to not live in the prone areas. Now we are like what I say, that we are trying to build. We are building the affordable housing. Some of all the people we are trying to move to the capital municipality. So for those who's not has a relation or work in the capital city, you better leave and go to your mainland, and then you develop your there. So the government will give some subsidies and to support them to build the house in their homeland, in the municipality.
Thank you. So does it mean that there is no threat coming from the sea, like coastal flooding? Like, is there any high waves in certain season that cause flood in your
Actually,
country?
when the winds high, then the coastal waves also will be increased. Sometimes it reaches up to 4 meters. So it is very aware for us to work near to the oceans.
So it seems like the two, maybe it's I call it a compound flooding, like combination of flood
Flood and
because of heavy rainfall that caused the river to overflow, like going out from the banks, also from the coast, from this. And on the second question, I can understand because your team also work on the construction. So now maybe haven't thought so much on how to disseminate the warning via
Yes.
website.
Yeah.
But it's always good to tell the community that, okay, please don't live in
Yes.
this area because it's has a high risk of flooding. Thank you so much. I give now to Pak Oki. Oki.
Yes, thank you, Pak. Maybe I had some comment for views in Timor Leste, ya. Maybe let me look for Seroja storm. Yeah, it's one of the hydrometeorological disaster that have occurred in East Nusa Tenggara in April 2021, and the cyclone caused flood in a number of areas in Nusa Tenggara. And I think for this tropical, it's very complex to predict the event. Yeah. Maybe more complex if we try to system in FEWS. But I think we can try to first telemetry rainfall station infrastructure for several location, and maybe I think you can use global data first to make rainfall runoff. Yeah. I think Pak Christian can explain more detail for try the global data in predict for floods. Yeah. And for Timor Leste, I think still relate to FEWS. We cannot to be separate from 4 elements of early warning. Yeah. First, for risk information here, the form of disaster database. Maybe you can try to collect the history of the flood and try to collect the data for rainfall, yeah, maybe from BMKG, maybe. And the second, the development of telemetry network and its forecasting model is the second one to build in Timor Leste. The third, dissemination for result and emergency response. And I think that must be prioritized, yeah, for Timor Leste if you want to try international funding. Maybe that's only for my comment, Pak Christian. Thank you, Pak.
Thank you.
So thank you for the comments. We hope that now on we will work closely with the government, especially Indonesian, because some of the data is actually almost same as in Timor-Leste, because we're still in one lane. We just separate with the border. So even we are now still not have some standards. We are still applying from Indonesian standards. So it's from now is everything is like well slowly, but we are looking forward to solve all these kinds of problems. Thank you, Mr. William.
Thank you very much for group Timor-Leste. Maybe we can give a round of applause.
Thank you very much, working group from Timor-Leste. Now, Mr. Irfan, Mr. Christian, and Mr. Oki, we have online participant from Philippines would like to deliver his presentation with us. Welcome, Mr. Munir Badole from Philippines. Would you please to deliver your presentation? Thank you.
Okay.
Have a nice day, sir.
I would like to ask if you can hear my voice.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So, good afternoon to everyone. So, on behalf of the people from the Department of Science and Technology, Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical, and Astronomical Services Administration. So, I am Munir Baldomero, weather specialist from the National Capital Region, Pag-asa Regional Services Division. And today, this afternoon, I will be presenting to you our flood early warning system report from the Philippines. So as an overview of our agency, so Pag-asa as a national and meteorological and hydrological services and a member of the WMO. So we are mandated to utilize scientific advancement to provide timely data on atmospheric, astronomical, and weather-related phenomena, ensuring better protection for the people, and offer science-based assessment for decision-making in disaster risk reduction, climate change, adaptation, and water resources management, and ensure adherence to international meteorological and climate change agreement to fulfill national commitment. And our mission is to provide dependable weather-related information, products, and services to build resilient communities against typhoons, floods, landslides, storm surges, extreme weather events, climate change, and astronomical hazards. And our vision is to become the center of excellence for weather-related information and services, helping develop a disaster and climate resilience nation. So next is the recent flood events that is currently happening in our country. So we have first is the severe tropical storm Christine, or with the international name of Trami, which is the 11th tropical cyclone that enters the country. And in October 19, JMA upgraded the low pressure area into a tropical depression category. And October 20 of this year, tropical depression entered the Philippine area of responsibility and was given the local name Christine. And October 23, Christine intensified into a severe tropical storm and moved west-northwest due to the influence of the subtropical high. And today, last night, Christine made landfall in Divilacan, Isabela at 16:30 UTC. And currently, based on the 24-hour isohydral analysis, so the eastern section of the mainland Luzon is currently experiencing a total rainfall, a total 24-hour rainfall amount of 528.5 millimeters, which is the highest so far today. And also, based on the images, currently the eastern section of Luzon mainland is currently experiencing high level of floods due to the interaction of tropical cyclone Christine and also the topography of the area. And based on the climatological normal of some of the stations in the eastern section of Luzon, so for the month of September, the climatological normal is about 165.4 millimeters. But in the current 24-hour rainfall data, so it reaches around 528.5 millimeters, which is it exceeded the climatological normals, which is considered devastating in the case of the the Bicol region, which is located in the eastern section of mainland Luzon. Then this is the current satellite image of the severe tropical storm Christine as updated this 10 a.m. today. So currently, the tropical cyclone is currently affecting the northern portion of Luzon, which is also some of the trough of the tropical cyclone is currently affecting some parts of the Visayas, some parts of the Visayas Islands. Then last September, so we also we also experienced the effect of the super typhoon Julian, which is which has a international name of Kraton, which is the 10th tropical cyclone that enters the country. And October 26, JMA reported a tropical depression south-southwest of Kadena Air Base, Japan, with deep convection and formative banding. And last September 27, Pag-asa named the system Julian as it became a tropical depression, which forms inside the Philippine area of responsibility. Then last September 28, the system intensified into a tropical storm as it moved southwestward, influenced by a subtropical high. And October 3, last month, Julian made landfall in Taiwan as weakening Category 1 typhoon, and soon after it weakens into a tropical storm. And last October 4, the storm dissipated after moving into the West Philippine Sea. So based on the cumulative rainfall and the track of the super typhoon Julian from September 26 to October 3, so based on the isohydral map, so most of the areas that is affected by the said tropical cyclone is the northern portion of Ilocos region, which is located in the northern part of the country, which brought around floodings over certain areas in northern Luzon, which is devastated and caused loss of lives, damage to properties. Then this is the satellite image of the tropical cyclone that affects the northern portion of mainland Luzon. Then lastly, the tropical typhoon Karina, which has a international name of Gaimi, which is the third tropical cyclone that enters the Philippine area of responsibility in 2004. There are no landfall in the Philippines, but it enhances the southwest monsoon that brought about a lot of floodings over the western section of our country, and it landfalls and loop in the country of Taiwan. Final dissipation was July 27 in the southeastern China, and the highest tropical cyclone wind signal raised during the passage of Super Typhoon Karina was signal number 2 in northern Luzon. And the passage of Trop Typhoon Karina and the enhancement of the southwest monsoon brought about a lot of floodings, particularly in the national capital region of the Philippines, which is in Manila, which is somewhat causes a lot of problems in our city, which also brought some effects, loss of damages, and some casualties. So this is the effect. This is the tropical cyclone Karina, or with the international name of Gaimi, which enhances the southwest monsoon that affects particularly the western section of our country. So why is the Philippines prone to flooding? So there are causes why we experience floodings, particularly in the Luzon Island and some parts of Visayas and Mindanao. One is the complex topography of our country, and also the complex interaction of various factors that influence the climate of the Philippines, particularly the tropical cyclone, the airstream, the southwest and the northeast monsoon, then the intertropical convergence zones, and also the localized thunderstorm. So I I will give you a brief background of the weather system that affects the country throughout the year. So from June to October, we experience the southwest monsoon, particularly affecting the western section of our country. And also we during this particular month, we experience different tropical cyclones, and around 19 to 20 tropical cyclones per year that that pass through in our country, and around 8 to 9 tropical cyclone that makes landfall over the country. Then aside from the early mentioned system, we also experience throughout the year localized thunderstorm and also the formation of low pressure areas over the eastern side of our country. And also during the November and to February, so we experience the northeast monsoon that affects the eastern section of Luzon, and also the easterlies that affects particularly the mainland the island Visayas group of islands, and also Mindanao. And the convergence of the northeast monsoon and the easterlies forms this shear line that affects particularly the eastern section of Luzon and eastern Visayas. And from March to May, the ridge of high pressure area affects the northern portion of our country. Easterlies, the several areas in Visayas, and the intertropical convergence zone affects the island of Mindanao. So other causes of floods in our country is due to heavy rains caused by tropical cyclone, monsoon, ITZZ, easterlies, and thunderstorm. Storm surges caused by the strong winds of tropical storms, more momentum for inundation. Then we have the tsunami, since Philippines is one of the countries under the Pacific Ring of Fire, which experience a lot of earthquake throughout the year. And also river overflow causes water to overtop the channel's bank and spill into the floodplains. And also the dam breach, when dam and dikes fail, flood occurs due to the uncontrolled release of impounded water, and also the geography as mentioned earlier. And also other causes are the rapid urbanization and development, and inadequate flood control structures, and limited capacity of drainage system, rapid clogging and siltation of the drainage laterals and waterways, encroachment at open waterways, lack of integrated land use plan, and also environmental degradation. So one of the necessity, with the mentioned problems and causes of the flooding, so there is a necessity for the creation of a flood forecasting and warning services in our country. So heavy rains caused by multiple factors discussed in previous slides cause significant flooding, which in turn may lead to casualties and economic losses in various sectors. And FEWS can help by providing timely warning, reducing impacts on lives and properties. And it is essential to disseminate adequate and reliable information to the people regarding to the time and with enough time for their actions against flood. So the flood forecasting is mandated by the Presidential Decree 78 as an effective service of PAGASA, and the National Flood Forecasting Office, known as the Hydrometeorological Division, was created to implement its mandated function. So there are two technologies, flood forecasting and early warning system in the Philippines. One is the NOAA, which is handled by the University of the Philippines, and one is the flood forecasting and early warning system handled by the PAGASA. So this afternoon I will be only presenting to you the PAGASA flood forecasting and warning system, which consists of a river basin command center, which manage a river basin, and also a network of radars to collect information about the precipitation that affects over a particular river basin. And under the river basin command centers, it composes of the warning posts, different CCTVs that are attached to the warning post, rain gauges, and also water level gauges. So it collects rainfall and river data to forecast floods and issue warnings, and it helps communities prepare, reducing casualties and property damage. So the flood forecasting warning system of PAGASA has its three components. One is the monitoring part, wherein the hydrometeorologists monitors the river water level, the dam level inflows and outflows, and also use different forecast models such as the GSM, the WRF, and also the information from the weather forecasting section, and also from the satellite and the radar. And then once they identify that there is a strong heavy rainfall that might affects a certain area, they do the flood forecast, wherein from the information they issue basin hydro forecast, issue general flood forecast advisory, and also issue dam updates and dam discharge information. And all this information are then disseminated to the Office of the Civil Defense, the local government unit, and other government agencies, and also through media, with the use of the broadcast telecom and other social medias. So there are three components of our flood forecasting system. One is monitoring, then forecasting, and also after information are created, all information are then disseminated. So there are three levels wherein they issue the flood bulletins. So once the river reaches level 4, or around 40% of the level of the water, so the flood warning issue an alert wherein it gives awareness to the community for them to ready for evacuation. Then when the water level reaches around the level 6 or 60% of the level of the river, they issue a flood warning alarm wherein they issue for preparedness for the community near the river channels and low-lying areas to evacuate the area. Then once the level reaches around level 10 or 80% of the level of the water, it issue a critical flood warning wherein there should be a response over the community wherein all community near the low-lying areas and river channels are needed. They are forced evacuated over the area to prevent casualties and loss of lives. So under the flood forecasting and warning system of PAGASA, we have 18 major river basins, which are telemetered river basins. Also, there are non-telemetered river basins that are outside of the 18 major river basins of our country. So this is one example of the flood advisory that are issued once there are identified areas that are prone to floodings, wherein it composed of the current weather situation, the forecasted 12-hour rainfall, then the areas that are most likely affected by the floodings, and also the actions that are required to be done by the disaster managers and also the community within the area of the flood within the area. So this is another example of flood advisory issued in particularly the intersection of our country, wherein they issue a flood advisory, a infograph in the social media to be able to inform the community about the possible effect of the high rainfall amount over the area, and also what are the possible actions, the impacts that might affect the area. So the PAGASA flood early warning system can be considered as intermediate in terms of its complexity, because based on the information gathered, so the data source are the rain gauges, the water level sensors, weather radars, and satellite imagery. And for the forecasting models, we have the hydrological and meteorological models, which is a deterministic model. And the communication system is we do text alert and public warning dissemination through social media, and also collaboration with the disaster management office and local authorities. And also geographic information system mapping, wherein we use GIS to visualize the areas at risk of flooding. So one of our plans as a meteorological agency is to be able to develop a real-time data-driven early warning system for urban flooding that provides accurately timely warnings to reduce damages, loss of lives, and disruption in cities prone to flash flood caused by intense rainfall and poor drainage system. So the type of flood that we want to warn is the urban flash flood due to heavy rainfall, exacerbated by inadequate drainage system and rapid surface runoff in densely populated areas. And the parameters for the warning are the rainfall intensity and accumulation, which is monitoring short-term intense rainfall and total accumulated over a period of time, the river and drainage water level, the soil saturation level, and also the ground slope runoff data. So for the area of focus, we want to focus on the highly urbanized city with poor drainage systems and frequent flash floods such as Metro Manila, the main capital region of the country, and similar cities with rapid expanding infrastructures. And for the time frame, this information should provide flood warnings 2 to 6 hours before the onset of flooding, with 24 to 48 hours of lead time for areas where prolonged rainfall is forecasted. So the tools that we need are, one is the automated rain gauges, at the water level sensors, weather radars, and satellite data, the GIS mapping system, the integrated Internet of Things sensors, and smart city system, data analytics, and AI-based forecasting model, wherein most of the more advanced countries uses AI-based forecasting model to be able to generate forecast information for a certain area. And also the communication tools such as the SMS alert, mobile app and websites, and also community engagement. So the process is wherein we collect from the different tools used, we collect data, then all information are then integrated in the model development and calibration, wherein we use historical flood data and current condition to develop a flood prediction model tailored to urban areas. And also from this, we do the risk assessment and forecasting. Then after formulating the forecast, all information will be then communicated, and certain information should have their equivalent response so that the local government, the disaster managers, and the community will be able to translate this information to action. And also after an event, there should be a conduct of the post-flood analysis and system improvement. If there is a need to improve the system. So based from the post-flood analysis, this information will be used to improve the system and be able to deliver more accurate information. Then the benefit of urban flood early warning system is, first is timely warning, allow for early evacuation, road closure, and protective measures. Urban adaptation, which helps identify weak points in drainage and infrastructure, guiding long-term city planning, and also reduce economic loss, minimize damage to properties, businesses, and critical infrastructure through better preparedness. So currently, the agency, one of the future plans is to use the impact-based forecasting to be able to alert the community 3 days ahead before a widespread whether this affects the particular area. So there are 3 components of this project, wherein we focus on severe winds, heavy rainfall, and last is the floodings. Then another is to be able to develop the same technology that South Korea is using, which is the cell broadcasting system, wherein all forecasting information from the agency will then be disseminated through the public directly without passing through different local agency, social media, to be able to deliver the information faster than allowing this information to pass through different agency before it reaches the public. And that ends my presentation. So thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Munir Baldore, for your valuable insight with us. And thank you. Give applause for him. Is there any question or comment from lecturer and participant? Thank you.
Sorry. Okay, do you want to give comments or question? Else, then maybe I can start. Thank you very much, Munir, for the very nice and very detailed explanation about your system, and also, yeah, very well answered all the assignments, I would say. Yeah, first of all, I do think that system like in the Philippines is very nice to have, and also I can imagine that it's very challenging as well in your country to face several tropical cyclones in a year. I don't know, 15 to 20 times in a year. That is quite intense, I would say. And what I want to ask is more about the lead time of the forecast, like how long can you expect or know that there is a probability of tropical storms comes in and cause flooding in your country? So that's the first question that I want to know. And then, yeah, the second one is about how many persons that operates the system, because I can imagine a system like this where you have model, you have different data sets. Luckily, in your place, I know that the organization is like combined both the meteorological and hydrological. So I think it's much easier to share data. But I wonder how many people is operating the system, because I think it's also nice to share to the participants here that maintaining this system is also something that we should focus on to make sure that the forecast keeps running. And we want to know how many resources that we need to maintain it. And the last thing, it's about yeah, it's really nice to see everything, and also there is a plan to use like the Korean Meteorological Agency system to disseminate the warning. But I think at the moment you also disseminate via website, if that's correct. Correct me if I'm wrong, but if it's via website, can you perhaps share it in the chat so that maybe everyone, the participants, can also see and look how the Philippines disseminate the warning and share the information to the public. Thank you, Munir.
Uh, Good afternoon. So for the first question, so currently, we have different weather models that are being used by not only the hydromet division, but also by the weather forecasting section, wherein we usually look into different models to be able to forecast tropical cyclones. And currently, we are fortunate that these previous years we have able to run our own model, the work model, to wherein based on the information provided by the work model, it can give at least 2 days of advanced information about the tropical cyclone that might develop and enter our Philippine area of responsibilities. But for the number of person that maintains the forecast models, currently we have two sections that manage this information. One is uh, the technical application unit of the weather forecast weather division, wherein they provide weather models to the forecast, and also these models are also being used by the hydrologists to be able to see the possibility of not only tropical cyclone, but also the possibility of heavy rainfalls, strong winds in our area. And also there is also a one unit under the research division. They are the one who are running the work models and different models from the ECM, from the GSM. They are the one who run the model. They post-analyze uh, do the post-analysis of the models before they present the information to our forecasters and also to the general publics that are which can be found in the Pag-asa website. And also for uh, about I forget the third question, sir. Can you repeat?
Was about the website, but I think your colleague already shared it in the chat, which is good.
Yes.
Yeah. So thank you very much for the explanation. Yeah, it's I can imagine that this my system requires people to maintain. Uh, I don't know in detail how many people, but I understand that there is a specific unit uh, there to maintain the system, both technical and also to run and post process the result. Thank you.
About the number of persons that maintains the models or so somewhat each division usually have less than 20. For example, the modelers from the weather division, they only have less than 15 person who manage the system for 24/7. And also with the research division, I think they have less than 50, also less than 15% to be able to manage the models.
Yeah, that's still a lot. Yeah, I can imagine. That's really yeah, a good system requires many people to maintain and also know to operate. Thank you again. I hand over to Pa Irfan.
Hi, Munir. Nice to meet you, and I am very glad to know the model that you has presented. I think it's very good, and most of them concerning hydroclimates because come from cyclone. I'm come from Ministry of Public Works, so I want to know the concepts in the ground, not come from the air. Especially if we see in your presentation the rainfall for cyclone more than nearly 500 millimeter per day. It is very, very huge for us in our country because in our country the value 450 to 600, it is mostly PMF, probability maximum, PMP, probability maximum precipitation. So it's very, very huge. There is no infrastructure that built for the for that ones. Yeah, in our country, mostly all of infrastructure built only in 50 recent period, but mostly even in the very, very important river in our country like Citarum and Ciliwung, even in Ciliwung in our capital Jakarta, only 25 recent period. But if the rain come from more than 100 recent period, it will be breaks everything. So I think in your problem is very, very huge for us. But I want to know the standard of the infrastructure in your country. What period that should be built, like infrastructure in the river or like reservoir, where bank, life bank, like that one. Can you explain more detail about this one on the relation between the rainfall and the standard infrastructure in the river? Thank you very much.
Actually, sir, about your questions, actually, I didn't came from the hydromet division, so I am just one of the weather forecasters in our agency that attended this short course, wherein some of the information some of that information, I cannot answer that one since I don't have any idea about how the hydrologists manage to give the information to the engineers, to the engineers of the local government, or even in the national level. So for that information, maybe I can do a follow-up once I can talk to a hydrologist in our section, since we are currently facing a tropical cyclone currently devastating our country. So they are somewhat busy. So there are some information that in the presentation that we were not able to gather from the hydrologists.
Uh, just your experience after cyclone, like after cyclone, say the rainfall more than 300 millimeter per day. Are there any structure in the river like bank, like weir or etc. be broke or not functional again after the cyclone?
Based on our experience and based on the reports that was sent to us, there are some bridges, for example, the infrastructure like bridges in the rivers. There are old bridges. When this year, there are some bridges that are destroyed by the floods in the rivers that currently they are not anymore functional. So some of our infrastructure are built long before, I think before 2020s. So I think there are areas in our country that are vulnerable to destruction caused by floodings.
One more again, the last one. Is there any adaptation activities for your people to counter that happen? Thank you.
Currently, the government is still on their planning stage to develop or to upgrade the flood warning to develop the flood drainage system in our country, but due to some of the due to some problems that we encountered, so they are still in the planning stage. But there are some areas in our country that are currently doing their best to improve the drainage system particularly in the urban areas. But we are still in the stage wherein there are still a lot of areas that we that do not have a uh, good drainage system in some areas of our countries.
Thank you, Munir. Pak Oki, do you have any question or any comment, Pak Oki?
If not, then thank you very much, Munir, for your presentation and your presence online. I hope the flood situation because of the tropical subsides soon. Thank you, and maybe we can give a round of applause to the team from Philippines.
Thank you, Mr. Munir. Salamat. Magandang hapon. Thank you. Salamat. Okay. Next presentation from Working Group Middle Indonesia. Would you mind to deliver your presentation? And after, there's someone from Tanzania would like to deliver a presentation, sir. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much for the opportunity for us. First of all, before starting our presentation, we would like to greet our trainers, Pak Irfan, Pak Christian, and Pak Oki. Good afternoon, Pak. And for the participant who join us in both online and offline, good afternoon, everyone. Well, first of all, maybe the committee, the presentation. Ibu mungkin kita ada share dari Zoom juga. Full screen. Well, yeah, okay. Thank you very much. On this opportunity, behalf of my team from the Central Region Indonesia Working Groups, we are going to discuss about the implementation of FEWS in Indonesia, especially for, in this case, we took the cases from the West Nusa Tenggara and East Kalimantan Borneo. Okay, next. This is our group member, and I am Muhammad Iksan, behalf of my team, to be the presenter to these presentations. Okay, next. Okay, everyone. In this opportunity, we would like to deliver our presentations, including the subtopic, which is recent flood disaster, the history of the flood disaster, the FEWS technology, and the FEWS component and system works, evaluations of FEWS, and the developing of FEWS. Okay, next. Okay, first of all, I'm going to talk to you about the history of the floods disaster in Indonesia. And just now I saw the participants who are joining with us online, that some of the participants came from the Middle East countries. So in this case, I would like to bring the conditions of Indonesia first, that for your information, that Indonesia is located in the middle of the equatorial lines. So in this case, we deal with only two seasons, the dry season and the wet season. So if we talk about the floods, I can assure you that we are dealing with the floods annually. So we almost get used to it, everyone. And this history of the floods, we are gathered the historical data of floods which occurred in the West Nusa Tenggara since 2016 to 2024. And next, this is the historical data that which occurred in the regions of the West Nusa Tenggara, start from 2021 to 2024. Well, for your information, because we are dealing with the only two seasons in Indonesia for the participant who are joining us online. Indonesia is basically have two seasons which equally same in the durations of each season, which takes the 6 months to the dry season and 6 months to the wet season. But for several cases, especially in East Nusa Tenggara and for Timor-Leste, brother and sister from our neighborhood, it's a quite different cases, because the dry season tend to be more longer. It took about maybe 8 months, the dry season. So it's quite different. But the rest of Indonesian's area are dealing with the same compositions of the dry and the wet season for almost up to 6 months each season. Next. Well, this case is happened on the Samarinda. Well, for your information, that in this case we took the cases in the West Nusa Tenggara and the East Kalimantan, which for your information that Indonesia right now is moving our capital cities to East Kalimantan, which is later we are going to call the new capital city is IKN. So we think that we need to brought these cases because it is really interesting and the most update cases which we encounter right now. This is the flood history as well. Next. Okay. This is maybe I'm really sorry for the text that hailing the presentation. Well, in this case, I would like to deliver that Indonesia right now is developing the FEWS, many kind of FEWS which develop in Indonesia, especially in a group of Western region has already mentioned that some FEWS that occurred in Indonesia, especially brought by BMKGs. But in this presentation, we are more focused on the FEWS that are built and integrated with internal of the Ministry of Public Works and Housing. We got the SITABA, Sistem Tanggap Darurat Bencana, which is encounter the disaster that not only the flooding, but also any other disaster as well. And we got JFEWS, which already discussed yesterday. And we got the FEWS Nusantara, which this one is the joint project from several river basin organizations across in Indonesia. And the below one is the IKN FEWS. And this is going to be our topic, the IKN FEWS and the Padolo FEWS, which is built in the river basin of organization for West Nusa Tenggara. Okay, sir, before that, how many minutes do I have for presentation, sir? 15 minutes. Okay. Next. Okay, this is kind of few technologies that been applied in Sangay, IKN Nusantara. This is our new capital cities, which still in development until right now. We got the command center where the prediction for forecasting RR, HRR, and we got the river flow and tidal level recording, automatic weather stations, the server, and we got the supporting as well, including the LiDAR drone, GPS, echo sounder, and instrument for water flow measurements. Next. This is the FEWS technologies which been applied in Menenting, West Nusa Tenggara. We got the command centers, automatic rainfall recorder, and the OLR as well, automatic weather stations, and automatic water quality stations. This is the picture you can see in the presentation. It's the command center which has been built in the River Basin Organization for West Nusa Tenggara, which has been successfully delivered for the internal of Ministry of Public Works. And next. Okay, FEWS components and working system can be classified into 5 sections. The first one is external data, the ground station data, human resources, which has already been mentioned by Pa Christian just now, IT infrastructure, and the supporting instrument. Next. This is FEWS components and working system. Again, refer to the presentation which has been delivered by Pak Christian yesterday that FEWS is actually divided into 3 steps: measurements and warnings and the response. And this box, the flowchart of the box you can see here is a kind of measurement steps. The calculations, the data gathering, the calculations with the model, the 1 and 2 dimensional models. In this box, we are trying to explain both in the West Nusa Tenggara and for the IKN as well. But there is a little bit different what's been applied in the West Nusa Tenggara and for the IKN, since the IKN is still on the planning program, not been delivered yet, not ready to use yet. Okay, next. And this kind of the program which has been used by river basin organization for West Nusa Tenggara, or we call it BPSDM NT1 used here. And you can see the link on the right side. Maybe the committee could down the no you can see the website https simulasi sungai Meninting. You can see the mini program that has been used to deal with the flood system, flood early warning system. And this flood early warning system for Sungai Meninting, you can see this panel can be put into some of duration for forecasting time. With we can also predict that the with or without dam, and can show how the flood reduction discharge that will occur if the dam exists or not exists. And then from the information from our friends from the BPSDM NT1, which he said that this program could be updated every hours. And this program is connected also with BMKG and their internal system as well. And you can see here that some of points that in this case, we got about 35 segments in the river, and each segment indicates the different colors. You got blue colors, the yellow and the red one. It shows to us that, okay, this right state, it's turning into what we call it siaga. And the system classified the warnings into 3 categories, which normal, siaga, sorry, correct me if I'm wrong. Normal, siaga, sama satu lagi, waspada, yeah, waspada. It turned into 3 classified. Okay, next. This is some of evaluation, as I mentioned before, that the flood early warning system which has been used is still in the development, because the system were developed in 2021 and still got updated every year until right now. And this is some the developing of the FEWS that we can give not only to our not only for BPSDM NT1, but also can be applied to any others office that use the FEWS. First, we would like to give the development suggestion that provide historical data for at least the last 5 days, because in this system, we can only see the prediction up to 1 week ahead, but we cannot see the past 5 days. So because we think it's really important to see the graph before today and after, right? That. And the developing model using in the measurement unit hydrograph by utilizing the Blencong AWLR and Gunung Sari, etc. The provide data could be shown in water table, addition water level in region or sub-district area, interconnection with smartphone through application, and also message, because in the system, how to respond, the response step to the publics is not using the technological yet. It's still using the what we call it the simple ways. Okay, next. Okay, next, the evaluation and the developing FEWS for East Kalimantan. First of all, we would like to comment the data integrations, that many systems struggle to effectively integrate data from various sources like satellite, ground station, etc. And the community engagements, the awareness and preparedness level vary greatly among communities. And the real-time communications, some of system may have delay in alert dissemination, particularly in remote areas. And for the user-friendly interface, as we seen that the complex data and model may not be easily accessible to the decision maker, of course, for us. Then the development is we suggest that developing user-friendly. That's what to visualize more easier for us to understand. Okay, next. Improvement from lesson learned. We classified it into four sub. First, data accuracy on site, data integration, communication and technology, local engagements, which is the data accuracy on site will be calibration of equipment and data quality control. That is the most important because you are often hear that garbage in, garbage out. So we need to manage the quality of the data first. And then the data integration, we need to integrate with another government because as you may already know that the FEWS is take more than one stakeholder, not only Ministry of Public Works, but it also need the part from the BMKG as well and the BNPB and others, any others government department. And communication and technology using the AI to correct data itself. As you might already know, the growth of AI just now is really incredible. So we can use maybe modify the system into AI based. And the local engagement participatory by social media because the power of social media is really influencing the people right now. Okay, next. For the future, we do really hope that the FEWS need to be integrated into advanced technology, which is quite big homework for Indonesia, of course, and enhance data collection and sharing, community-centered approach, improve communication channels, improve forecasting models, and collaboration and institutional strengthening, climate change, adaptation, and resilience. Next. And for the conclusions, we got 4 conclusions here. First, the future of flood early warning system of FEWS can be applied through in the integration of advanced technology, enhanced data collections, community engagements, and international cooperations. By leveraging AI and any others supporting system could improve the communication channels, FEWS can become more precise, localized, and accessible. That is the goal to deliver the easiest information to public for understand. And additionally, integrating climate change projection into FEWS will be crucial for building long-term flood resilience. And for future FEWS is not just about issuing timely warnings, but about fostering an ecosystem of preparedness and adaptation to ensure communities are better equipped to face flood disaster. Okay, that's all from us. Thank you very much.
Thank you for presentation of Central Group of Indonesia. So I think it's very good presentation and well prepared. The presenter also give announce very good in my opinion. Okay, my questions.
Sir, sorry. Before that, I need to phone a friend. My friend from West Nusa Tenggara and IKN for accompany me in front because
Yes,
it is their domain.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Okay. So the first questions, I hope all of the person who have stand in the front of you tell to us experience how to handle the system, how to handle the flood early warning system in his area. Both of them, yeah. The president have done. No. After my questions, yeah, yeah. My question come from slide number come from slide recent flood disaster. Come from slide recent flood disaster. Next. Yeah. You can see in this table there is rainfall, the intensity of rainfall, like the location flood event in the Sori-Rewa River flood, the rainfall intensity about 337. I think it's nearly the event that our brother come from Philippines says, yeah. So do you have any experience with this value and what happened on the river? Are there any the infrastructure broken or not or there are more there are more there are more structure like bank, like bridge or etc. Broken after this event. And what happened especially is this value common happen or just only in this time and usually not more than 100 millimeter rainfall. The first one, that one, and the second, your experience. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm sorry for my bad English. Uh, maybe I will tell about flood in water up Meninting. Number 2, this is one of big disaster in Lombok and not tidak terulang kembali. Just this time, in 2020, then this because the hike of intensity of rainfall and we have dam ongoing in Meninting, then but not yet operating. The purpose of Meninting is mengurangi untuk dampak dari banjir itu sendiri. Jadi then in Lombok it's one time and not terulang kembali. Then in Bima is maybe 2 year and period 2 year. This is a flood in Bima because land use is very fast to change in Bima. Then maybe because the flood in 2020, we built the FEWS Meninting to anticipate flood in future, and then maybe this the first in Indonesia. We built in 2018 and operating together with our common center at 2020. So many many part to increase diperbaiki lah ke depannya. Jadi, so maybe next slide in fish meninting. Yeah, maybe I will explain that the first one is discharge of forecast from the data BMKG that mirroring to our office in BPSDM NT1, and then this is validate data from the AWLR. We have two AWLR in Meninting, that in this one at the 20.20 and the first point. This is AWLR Orong and AWLR Bencong to validate data for forecasting. And then we have full bank capacity. Queue of discharge of full bank capacity. So if the forecasting from the BMKG higher than this example, maybe we have to see. This is in red one. This is 101 point sekian ya persen from the full bank capacity, and then the queue of forecast. So that's workflow from the fish meninting.
Pak Irfan, boleh saya bertanya kah? Mumpung lagi di slide yang ini.
Boleh, silakan Bapak.
So I want to know how do you transfer value from cloudy information that can be calibrated with the field in millimeter of the rainfall, because we can see it's the information only cloudy or light light rainfall gitu ya. Until maybe we can see the very heavy rainfall, and how much value that can be predict in your views, Pak.
Okay. We know the prediction of BMKG if quality, there's hujan sedang, hujan ringan, and many others.
But this is only quality, not millimeter. Yeah. In here is millimeter.
Okay. We know the prediction of hujan sedang is from the
15
25
until
to 50. Yeah. So we take the highest of number. We take 50. Yeah, 50 millimeter to analyze and to entry data in Nakayasu method, and then the HICRAS. So we use the highest highest value.
Can you zoom in for this in this area? Can you zoom in? Maybe the operator. Can you zoom in this value? Okay.
Maybe I will share from my. Okay.
Okay. The second question, I want to know the 13, yeah, 13 in slide 13, yeah. You said in here rainfall information is still using synthetic unit hydrograph. Can you explain for that?
So this is a website from my computer, mirroring from the command center.
Okay. Q forecast.
Yeah,
This is forecast from rainfall runoff.
yeah,
Papayasu. Okay. This is for the observation. Observation in
yeah,
each segment.
yeah.
And what is this?
This is discharge of full bank capacity.
Okay. This jomplang ya? Besar sekali nih. Ini sungainya besar memang.
Ya,
Antara Q bank full ya dengan Q AWLR yang cuma satu nih. Terus
this is
Q pada saat ini pada saat kering ya
ya,
dengan hujan ringan gitu ya.
ya,
Pada
real
saat
time.
banjir itu besar sekali ini memang intermittent
Ya.
gitu.
Ya,
Sungainya. Soalnya ada yang 7.000 nih, 7.000 tapi pada saat hujan ringan kecil cuma 4.
ya.
Ya tidak apa-apa, saya hanya menanyakan saja karena penasaran ya.
Ya.
I'm curious for this value gitu.
Yeah, the data from the cross section we have in Meninting River, we have 35 cross section, and then have the full bank capacity.
Prediction from BMKG is in hourly.
Yeah, 1 hour.
1 hour hourly or 1 hour? Hourly or 1 hour? I think
Yeah.
Prediction from BMKG is maybe 12 ya. 3 days gitu. So we can see the pattern from prediction in hourly like this. So the hydrograph, flood hydrograph like this.
Yeah.
So do you ever to analyze the hourly, daily, hourly rainfall in this area? So maybe we can see the pattern of the rainfall in this area caused by a 6-hour rainfall. I think something like that.
Yeah.
Have you ever to analyze the rainfall maybe?
We analyze maybe 1 year ago.
Because I know the Nusa Tenggara ya, Nusa Tenggara 1 the real time is good enough to record the data, and I think maybe you can analyze the pattern of the rainfall for every hour cause flooding. I think like that, Pak. Itu saja dulu, Pak. Mungkin ada pertanyaan lain dari Pak Irfan.
Oke.
Saya
Thank you.
hanya itu tadi nanti di slide 13 ya. Mungkin bukan rainfall information. Karena di situ ditulisin rainfall information still using synthetic. Kalau synthetic unit hydrograph itu berupa hidrograf bukan dari rainfall. Nanti mungkin alangkah baiknya juga nggak pakai Nakayasu ya. Bukan saya ini kan nanti makin ke depan we can using HMS ya, because we can using HMS is semi-distributed model. It's different with the Nakayasu Islam model. So with the HMS, we can get the parameter, physical parameter from the upstream and downstream is very different. Pak. Begitu mungkin Pak Irfan, Pak Christian.
Okay.
Okay, sir, maybe I'll add some statement refer to your questions before, sir. Refer to Pak Irfan questions just now. Maybe the operator can show us the table first. Well, maybe for your information, Pak Irfan, my working unit in East Nusa Tenggara based on Kupang, and this one, my friend is from West Nusa Tenggara, and also it happened also with our brother and sister from Timor-Leste as well. Next to the table that Pak Irfan mentions before. Well, of course, Pak Irfan, when you go see that table, you must be thinking that this value is quite anomaly for the rainfall data. Well, as I experienced this myself, well, if you look at the date, it occurred in the February in 2021. For us, which us living in the West or in East Nusa Tenggara and also Timor-Leste as well, this is quite a special years for us, Mr. Pak Irfan. Why? Because in this year, we are dealing with the La Nina phenomenon and also the Seroja cyclone 99 ice. The Seroja cyclone is appear to be the final stage of the La Nina process. The La Nina state usually for East Nusa Tenggara and West Nusa Tenggara regions, the rainy season predictably start in maybe in November, because in East Nusa Tenggara the wet season tend to be more shorter than the wet season, and we usually start to begin the rainy season at the November to the March or April. On that year, start from 2020, from August. So it's quite anomaly for us. Why we are wondering at that time why the rainy season start in the August, like the previous year it start on the November. So and up to several months until the final stage at the April 2021. The Seroja cyclone 99S is really devastating for us, and also it answered your question, your next questions about our experience as well. Not only the infrastructure in the river, but also on the mainland as well. On the Seroja, after the Seroja hit the East Nusa Tenggara region, the electricity is turned out up to 10 days. We got no electricity for 10 days, sir. Yes. And the electricity's help are coming from many other areas such as Jakarta, Surabaya are coming to help us to regain the electricity power. So this year is quite a tough year for us, especially for Timor-Leste, East Nusa Tenggara, and only some part for West Nusa Tenggara at the Sumbawa Island. That's why in our recording as well, the rainfall is up to 300, sir. This year is quite special for us. This is a kind of anomaly. Even the local in East Nusa Tenggara said that we've been living in Kupang for almost 40 years, and this is the quite special year for us. We never experienced this one. That's maybe, yes, that's maybe could explain about your question why this is the number is quite anomaly for this case. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you. I'm sorry for my bad English too. Bahasa Indonesia boleh Pak ya? Takut salah Pak. Kalau kami di IKN ini kan kami baru mulai Pak ya. Jadi kemarin kita juga banyak minta advice ke teman-teman BHLK, ke Subdit dan kita juga sempat ke teman-teman NT1 dan lain-lain. Nah, sekarang kita sedang membangun infrastruktur untuk early warning system. Tapi kalau dari skala dampak memang di IKN itu tidak besar seperti di tempat lain. Dan juga untuk infrastruktur yang dibangun itu sudah mengakomodir debit yang besar ya, kalau nggak salah sekitar 50 tahunan. Jadi sebenarnya aman secara struktur, bakal aman ke depan. Tapi untuk teman-teman operator pompa dan buka tutup pintu itu tetap kita buatkan sistem ini, seperti sistem early warning system lebih ke internal sebenarnya. Kalaupun nanti ada terjadi di luar IKN itu juga kita kasih warning sih Pak, seperti itu. Kalau sekarang yang sedang kita bangun itu ada beberapa pos curah hujan, sekitar 12 kalau nggak salah, pos duga air sekitar 13, ada pasang surut juga, terus ada kualitas air juga, ditambah lagi beberapa pos AWLR ada 19 embung, ada sekitar 4 kolam retensi, dan juga ada di bendungan dan di intek, jadi lumayan banyak pos-pos untuk pemantauannya, dan sekarang juga sedang di processing dalam model hidrolika ya, untuk untuk simulasi banjirnya dari data hidrologi gitu. Seperti itu Pak.
From my side, maybe I have some comments about the website. It's nice to have a website, but sometimes because we don't know, let's say, the terms that you use, the FBC, and we cannot find it in the website. Sometimes it's a bit difficult for people to really understand what is this value about. So that something can be improved still, like making notes, what is this coming from which data source, that can still be improved. And then I wonder also, this is also for our thinking as well, for who is the main user of the website. Like, we should think that, of course, this website is good, but who will see it? Will the citizen understand, or is this website was built to give report to the Center of Public Works, let's say? So we need to better aim for who this warning is for. I think we really need to differentiate between the warning for the public, really with some details how to evacuate, like how severe the damage of the flood is. But this is already a first step that we can still improve. I think that's what I want to add regarding the website. And what Pak Oki said, it's correct. Like, if you talk about synthetic unit hydrograph, it's not like rainfall information, but it's a process. It's an end product of an analysis. So we use rainfall data, we produce this synthetic unit hydrograph, but not really time series data set that we get, let's say, from like rain gauges itself. So that's we need to be careful with the terms. I just wonder one more thing. How often people from your team check the website in case there is a warning or there is a threat of flood in your day-to-day operation? Is there any standard operational procedure to check and see and provide the warning?
The first one for now, the website of FEWS Meninting, just for intern on our office, so not yet go public. And then we have command center and in West Nusa Tenggara to check the status of flood in 24 hour. So I can use it because I'm part of command center, so I can open it for this short course, and usually we close from the public in the our views. And then thank you for the good improve for our. Maybe next time Mr. Irfan and Mr. Christian can go to Lombok. I will explain you. I will explain you in bahasa.
Okay, thank you so much for your explanation. Maybe we can give a round of applause to Center Group of Indonesia.
Now, the last group, working group, the last one from, not for the working group from is Indonesian. Yes, would you like to present the presentation you're working? May I?
Good afternoon. Thanks for the opportunity to give to us group is, and we will present our presentation. Before I start, our data is not from is because our member approved. There's a reprobation from Citarum, so we will present because complete data from Citarum. We will present views from Citarum, but in slide 1 we will next. This is our group member, Mr. Mulyadi, Mr. Ardi, Mr. Khalil, Mr. Emmanuel, Mr. Jonathan, Mr. Warid, Mr. Saprawisto, Miss Irli, Miss Lulu, Miss Elvira. This is me, Romario, Mr. Dionysius, and Mr. Tetayas. I will present this presentation because I'm from West Papua, Reservation Organization West Papua. So maybe my friend will correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, next. This is recent flood disaster in 2024. First flash flood in South Sulawesi province. This is happened in 3 May 2024. Flash flood occurred in low regency. This is maybe every year, but in May 3, this is the big event in there. And number 2 is flash flood in North Maluku province. This is flash flood occurred in Ternate City, resulting in 19 fatalities and 15 injuries and 40 damaged house. Next is flash flood in Gorontalo province on October 21, 2024. Flash flood occurred in Bone Bolango Regency. But in 3 area of this, never been application of FEWS. Maybe they plan to use FEWS in there. Next. This is FEWS technology used in our country that we know, then that we sharing. The first is FEWS. This is Jakarta Flood Early Warning System. And yeah, we know because yesterday presentation to Upper Citarum Early Warning System developed using FEWS. This is different. Oh no, this is a presentation from Mr. Irfan yesterday. Next itu BMKG impact based forecast perkara the system considered intermediate but best shaper and potential forecast available up to 3 days. Next. This is the bulletin of FEWS, Citarum FEWS and C3 FEWS. This is from West. Next. FEWS component and how the FEWS system work. So that we share in our group that FEWS is designed to deliver information to the public when prediction analysis indicate that flood disaster expected to occur. Forecast can be helpful as it will increase lead time, allowing people to make better choice. So the time for the rescue, the information of the danger is better. And the component is hydrology, IT in programming, post rainfall and hour observation in field, and collaboration between government and people of affected on the FEWS and database. Why FEWS is important? We discuss for important point is first risk knowledge, get a holistic understand of a community. 2, monitoring and warning. FEWS began with continuous monitoring of weather and river condition. 3, dissemination and communication. Once the risk is assessed and flood prediction are made, early warning alert are issued. 4, response capability. Capability is response effectively to warning received. This might include evacuating people, setting up emergency, and deploying rescue team. Next. Generally, this is the benefit of FEWS, comprehensive system, integrate technology data and community. But I will share implementation in Citarum. Benefit of FEWS Citarum, preventive flood disaster defense for resident in CRB with improved accuracy of flood forecasting, secure sufficient lead time to save human. This is in every FEWS the same benefit. Next. This is the component of FEWS and area yang could be improved. First is data acquisition, yes, from field data, rainfall, and water level, and CCTV flood watch with connection in wireless GSM. After that, we are data processing operating center in Citarum using communication server, database server, operators PC and display system, then data providing. We podcast data to BPBD, DPSDA, PJT2, and the podcast like warning post, VMS, and web and mobile. The current system could be improved in Citarum. First, lack of automatic gauge station. This is need to upgrade to auto station for flood forecasting because too many manual station in Citarum and missing insufficient data acquisition and such data acquisition quality improve system. Problem 2 that need to improvement, absence of integrated data management system that need solution integrated DB in operating center. Problem 3, lack of flood forecasting capacity, need solution RT flood forecasting capacity data is why and SIS. Next, lack of flood watch and warning facilities. Installation of CCTV system and warning posts. Securing data quality and reliability. Need solution data validation system and dual communication. Next. This is the FEWS development in the future. What kind of FEWS that we want to develop is the system that can analyze and predict the lead time between rainfall event and occurrence flooding. And the goal is provide time for emergency response team, informing the public about the time and location of the flood. There is warning regarding the potential impact of the flood that may occur. And the tools is especially from data, satellite, radar, and telemetry posts in field, and IT too, to develop data to be a warning. So the process that first is detection, next run of analyze, next warning and response. Next. Oh, thank you. This is udah. Thanks for this is our presentation. I give this to sir to comment our presentation. Thank you.
Okay. Are there any questions from the participants, maybe from the room and also from the Zoom? Then I can maybe ask, can you go to the last two slides? The last two slides, yeah, this one. So I wonder, I want to ask, why you hear say that the flood forecasting system, like I think it's the goal of the flood early warning system is to analyze and predict the lead time between rainfall events and occurrence of flooding. Maybe I don't quite understand, but maybe can you explain, can analyze and predict the lead time part? And then, yeah, maybe that's first. Yeah, you can try to answer it.
So thank you for the question, sir. Maybe my friend can help me. This is data from C3 information. Silakan.
Okay, Mr. Christian, I try help more information for this presentation. We want, we hope the FEWS development and improvement at the RBO can be to increase the lead time for more data feed from numerical, from satellite, from radar or telemetry. We have now from prediction use the numerical come from Directorate Bina OP from the analysis of FEWS in BPSDM 3. Numerical and telemetry and the ground station. That's it. And so to ghost this able to provide time to evacuate for emergency response. You know, for the increase the light time, we have to more time for emergency response to more to evacuate from more to do the save the human, save the infrastructure and etc. Thank you.
Thank you for the answer. Yes, now I agree because I think FEWS is more to give the aim for having FEWS is to get more or additional lead time, not to analyze and predict the lead time. Maybe analyze and predict the flooding areas, that's correct, but not the lead time itself. The lead time itself can be gained by using forecasts and using that forecast, like weather forecast, and put it into model. So maybe the wording needs to be corrected. Yeah, but after hearing your answer, then I agree with you that FEWS is to increase the lead time so people can have more time to discuss what kind of options that is available to reduce the impact of flood. And of course, then people can react better and choose which action that they will take. That's all from my side. Thank you. Maybe Pak Irfan.
Thank you very much, Chris. Who is the someone that come from Ciliwung and C3 in your team? C3 and Citarum, sorry, Citarum. Please come in. I know very well about Citarum, yeah. Yeah. My question was while you were at the FEWS Center, what was the biggest rainfall and discharge that ever occurred? When and how much? And what's the damage occurs? This is a question that you have to prove that you are really understand about your flood early warning system. The first one, that one, and the second one, I forget the second one. Where is I put it? The question. Yeah, especially for Citarum. Why? How you split flood early warning Citarum in the upstream and the downstreams, because there is biggest infrastructure. And I think for flood, there is no relation between upper Citarum and the downstream Citarum. Can you explain a little bit more clearly about that one? Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you for the question, Mr. Ivan. I think for the first question, based on what I know, yeah, there's some kejadian ya dari beberapa there is some time ya. From my experience, maybe I will gonna tell the information in the year of 2024 ya. Yeah, maybe I think there is another time that happened with the big data yeah, but the newest maybe in the 2024 in January there is heavy rainfall. There is flood inundation in the upstream Citarum Hulu. In the upstream Citarum, based from what I know, the data that comes from our command center, it read around 50 millimeters. 50 millimeters. It's not so big, but it can give a big impact to the flood-prone area in the Citarum Hulu. That is the part. Yeah, rainfall data. That is maybe there is another evidence also. I think in the 2020 also there is a huge flood disaster in Citarum Hulu. But we're gonna check about that one. Okay. Also, yeah, for the question number 2, I think I agree with you. Yeah, because in Citarum River Basin we had Cascade Dam, the Jatiluhur, the Cirata, and the Saguling Dam. The flood disaster that happens in the upstream and happen in the downstream is different. Yeah, the causes maybe in the upstream it because the land use, the sedimentation also it can give the impact to the area, but in the downstream we had flood because of the wave, because of the ROB, yeah, because of the wave. So to the forecasting, I think the FEWS that develop in Citarum right now is developing into the downstream right now. Before the first one is only in the upstream. We put only for the downstream. We put in the area that have evidence there is a flood disaster happens, maybe in the conjunction between the Citarum and the Cibet River. So we will gonna take to take a point on that location. Okay, maybe that's information that I can share with you. Thank you.
The first question, maybe the trigger of the development and improvement views. In 2030, the flood disaster in Tol Access Road, Jakarta Merak, this impact the flood and really the previous the get the flood management from Ciujung. We start after this happen, and now 5 years ago we have the loan FMSRB combined the structural development bank right and left bank from the Pamarayan to bridge called Ciujung, yes, and from the continuous of flood management beside structural infrastructure and this use help to combine and continuity to flood management in Ciujung watershed overall from the upstream to the downstream. This triggernya this flood disaster in 2030. That's it.
Hello, Pak Oki. Hello, Pak Oki. Do you have any question for the group East, but the member, some of them come from C3 and Citarum? I think it's enough, Pak Oki. There is no signal, maybe. So committee, the times. Trishan, do you want to have any or come from the floor? Do you have any question for the East group? Enough. Okay, committee, please. Oh, yeah, the ladies, please.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for the opportunity. So, my name is Elvira. I'm from River Basin Organization Cilung Cisadane. Probably here from the beginning of the short course, maybe from Mr. Irfan or maybe from another speakers tell about the Jakarta problem, also JVUS. But honestly, me from the Ciliwung Cisadane, this JVUS is not really implemented in our office. So I think it's not a question, but I want to maybe give a kind of suggestion. I think so probably I think from BPSDM or maybe from Delta Res can come to our office to tell about this. So not only me, but all over the people there or employees or maybe the chairman can see this problem. So this important of the GVUs. So this is because maybe in our office we have these GVUs, but this not developed well and not implemented well. So this is the problem. So I think it's not a question, but I just want to tell the problem in our office. This is maybe like this. Thank you, sir.
May I answer?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, please.
Thank you very much for your apa ya? For your
Curhat, Pak. Curhat.
for your pressure for us. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for the endurance, Pak.
Christian more polite than me, so he said remarks. But honesty. Last week, your head of reprobation organization, Mr. Leo, have discussed with us, and inshallah next week, we will discuss again more operative, not only just about management talking, about management discussion, but next week we talk about operation. But will be handled, will be coordinated by Direktorat Bina Teknik. So inshallah next week, I hope you can join. If you in the center room of FEWS, JFEWS, I hope you can join and you can talk more clearly that what you need to implement it. Last 5 years, this model has been implemented with the BMKG also, supported by a joint cooperation program, Indonesia and the Netherlands. But maybe 2 years ago, there is some cases our server and anything and our model also not operated and also not updated after Ciliwung River Basins has do any others improvement in the cross section or etc. PAM maybe and others activities. So we will improve this model and will be operated again. But at least the model still work with the old condition, the not update condition. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you. I think I agree that it also that more efforts is required, I think, for the institutional embedding. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Sir.
Okay, this time for committee.
Then maybe we can give a round of applause to the last group. Asif, thank you very much. And we give back to our committee. Thank you.
Thank you very much, all lecturer and all working group and Mr. Munir is there still in Zoom. Today is the end of session, and tomorrow we'll continue at 9 o'clock AM. Thank you. Have a nice rest. Terima kasih banyak. Selamat istirahat Bapak dan Ibu. Eh, Bapak dan Ibu ada snack di luar yang bisa dinikmati atau bisa dibawa juga. Ini nggak bisa dibawa, harus makan di sini. Mohon maaf. Nggak boleh, kirain kotak. Silakan, silakan menikmati. Mohon maaf, saya belum lihat soalnya.